Okay, so this is Thomas Foolery debating KidNotKin. About the DoomerMedia drama. About the Sunday video, specifically, I think. KidNotKin had just covered it. Tom wanted to argue about it. And I heard that Tom hadn't actually seen the video. Probably not the smartest idea to go into an argument about it. But we're going to take a look. We'll see.
Okay, he's fixing his settings. Okay. I'm going to pull up the President Sunday video just so like I have shit in front of me. Because there's a couple things that you guys said that he said that I want to be able to know whether or not it's true.
Hello?
He was contracted for.
Hello?
Oh shit. Can you speak up?
Yeah, can you wait, can you not hear me?
Speak again.
Hello, hello.
Okay, that's fine enough.
Yeah, just I didn't see President Sunday yet, so I just know that like what happened.
Oh, now is a great time to remind you guys. Please like, subscribe, donate, buy a membership, gift membership, buy a super chat if you can. Thank you very much. Do not look at chat.
Happened on
Yeah.
on my show last week that that supposedly Fuller said afterwards that he wasn't that Philly wasn't like a proxy for him, or sorry, I don't think String Puller said that. I think Ben Sound
Drastic and terrible action.
That he wasn't a proxy for them, but Philly claimed that he was a proxy for String Puller and that String Puller knew that he was doing this stuff already.
String Puller said that he didn't know that, but I think STV kind of gets ahead of himself.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't know String Puller said that. I knew Ben Sound said that.
Did you see President Sunday's video?
No, I just said I haven't seen his video yet. So
okay. Yeah, there was a message in which he said, although we greatly appreciate the willingness of STV Philly coming to our defense to recoup the costs while we contracted you for services not rendered, we do not accept the payment terms. Blah 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 blah.
I thought that was Ben Sound who said that.
I don't. It's actually blocked off. It's the name is.
Well, it's a statement from the CEO who is not Ben Sound. I don't know why these people are so retarded. Ben Sound, such a stupid name. It's not even what his username is. It's just Tom's gay little nickname for him. And Tom's like, that Ben Sounder said that? Is that Ben Sounder said that? Is that? No one knows what you're talking about, Tom, you fucking moron. Why don't you take a moment to recognize the fact that not everyone's a fucking scammer that's been stringing some guy along behind the scenes trying to get money out of them for ages for projects that will never be made. Not everyone's like that, Tom. So not everyone is intimately familiar with the names of these people, okay? So why don't you take 2 seconds, think, what's KidNotKin looking at right now? How do I explain what my argument is to this guy? Is that Ben Sound? Is that Ben Sound said that? Fucking retard. Such a dullard, dude.
Is blocked out. But okay. They were referring to the payments that were made by String Puller as like a corporate entity for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I assume that this was just String Puller because the response to it from DoomerMedia was accusing him, the person who is presumably String Puller, of manipulating the information, etc.
That is Ash, actually, Smugbug.
Yeah, from what I understand, that's not String Puller. Let me. Yeah, I don't mean to like.
Because he said no corporation was involved, and you did not pay me for my services. You gave a random person you didn't know a donation, and despite having no obligation, I offered to pay you back anyways. So he's referring to this person as if they are String Puller. So I assume that the person that sent the message was String Puller.
Okay, so they're not accepting his payment.
What they were saying is that there was no verified agreement for a $500 a month or $600 a month, whatever it was, for that, whatever STV Philly was like making that deal with, that was not communicated to the person at hand.
Okay. Yeah. So the problem is, I've worked with these guys, and the problem is that it's not just one person. I like to do specific types of work. I have been, yeah. But they like not for my content. I haven't really for.
What have you done? Do you have an NDA? Can you tell me?
I don't have an NDA, but I don't really like the stuff that we're working on, so I don't really like tell people what.
Well, I was on the impression this had kind of fallen through,
but
maybe not.
But yeah, there's numerous people, and so I'm not positive, and I have asked them a little bit about it, but I haven't gotten real clear answers. So it could be because I knew about this like a year ago that like Doomer had done this, and they were not happy with him. But yeah, from what I understood, like he was offering to pay the money back, and after he offered to pay the money back to Philly, where Philly said that he was acting as a proxy, then Philly went to President.
Yo, thank you for the gifted pathos, the 5 gifted. That is huge. That is huge. What was it you bought the other day? Was it your TV? I'd say it's coming out of the TV payment for next month.
Oh man! And outed this publicly, and then it blew up on JSTLK's stream, and then
so real quick,
yeah.
One, this is 2 years after the initial agreement, so like there's still a whole like 2 years of dead air. Whether or not like you could probably say that like it was mean to do that, but as far as like whether or not there was any plan to pay back, like that doesn't appear to be the case.
Sure. Well, so he says that like, you know, he already messaged String Puller before he disappeared and said like, hey, I'm not doing content anymore.
I saw that, yeah.
So the video that you paid me for, I do plan on paying you back for it. But then he just deleted his Discord and Twitter and YouTube channel and everything.
Off.
And then disappeared.
And then never talked to him again until the drama popped off.
Right. And he says that at that point he already had a plan to pay him back in September. So like if you look at the DMs between him and Philly, he's saying, "Hey,
right." I mean, well, he can say whatever he wants. One of the things,
yeah, of course,
he can say whatever he wants. It doesn't really mean anything because at the same time he was saying that like, oh, the moment I have money back, that's when I planned on messaging him, which is and there's no way to say, but like that's the type of thing that you say when you're trying to avoid paying someone back, is not communicating.
Very true. Incredibly true. Incredibly true.
To them at all until you have the money. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I mean, I agree to a certain extent, but we also we just don't know. And it didn't seem.
We just don't know. We can never make. I fucking hate this, man. We can never make any reasonable inferences about anyone's intentions or the actions they might have taken in different circumstances because we just can't truly know. We can never make any judgments about it whatsoever because we just can't truly know. This is what fucking freaks like Tom operate on constantly. The constant plausible deniability of intention. Like, well, I didn't mean to do that. Well, I didn't intentionally lie. All the time. It's constant. Totally insufferable. It is just a smokescreen. It's just a smokescreen. That's all it is.
Like the fact that he came back at all, he could have come back under a different fucking name and like pretended to be a different person, right? Because he was initially coming back on a bunch of other shows. He was on like Sitch and Adam and.
Well, why would he do? Well, that wouldn't make any sense either because when he did come back, it was around the Vosh situation, and then he came back and immediately made videos talking about how he made the definitive Vosh hit piece. Why would he come back under a different name and then lose all of his social clout? Why would he do that?
Well, I mean, so he initially came back like 6 months ago and was on other shows, like I said, like Sitch and Adam and
okay.
I think he might have been on Chud's stream. He was on a number of other streams, and yeah, like he could have. I feel like he could have like changed his name on Discord and changed his YouTube channel name. He had already deleted the video or privated all the videos, so he could have just left them private. If he was trying to avoid this, I feel like there's a bunch of other things he would have done. And then even when,
oh yeah, if he was really trying to avoid paying this back, he could have just thrown himself off a cliff. If he was really trying to avoid paying this back, he could have gone and lived off grid in the Amazon. Completely segregated from society, so there's no chance anyone would ever ask him for the money again. Tom, that's obviously not the point, is it? So obviously he existed in the space. He was just avoiding talking to this guy or anyone associated with him, so he didn't have to pay the money back. Dude, obviously he's not going to fucking smash his computer to avoid paying it back, is he, you fucking sped?
No. So like that's if... That's if you're making the. There's a big difference between.
He's such a downy, isn't he? This guy thinks he's so fucking smart too, and he's such a knuckle dragging fucking opiate fried freak. So gay.
A plan.
He's absolutely
to
useless,
not pay someone and trying to get away with it, and trying to push it off for as long as possible, until the person messages you about it, and then you say, "Oh, I'll do it at some point. Don't worry," and then you. There's a difference there between trying to like get away with it and then just really hoping that it just disappears in the background.
Right, but that is President Sunday's claim. He's claiming that he scammed him, right? So he is claiming that there's like intent behind this.
There was intent to not pay it back, yes.
Behind these actions.
Well, the claim seems to be the case that he was trying to avoid this ever being brought up in the first place and hoping that it would like disappear. There's probably going to be on top of it some like extra layer of maliciousness, but I don't think that really matters because the thing is that he was paid a large sum of money to do a thing and then decided he wasn't going to be doing it, said that he was going to pay them back, and then disappears for years. And then when shit gets brought up again, he kind of throws a fit and tries to talk as if he's not going to pay it back at all because there's all this drama that's being like dug up around it, and that it never was a
I think he's working on his big vindication video essay. Bug.
Anyways, it was just a donate. Oh, what do you think about the donation claim? Do you see it as just a donation?
It's complicated because if he's saying, hey, I want you to like make this video and I'm going to give you money to make that video. It's an investment, right? It's an investment into DoomerMedia as a content creator because they're not telling him, hey, I want you to go make a video called Hassan is unironically evil. They're instead saying, hey, I want to invest in your channel. What's a project that you're working on? And then he says, oh, well I want to make this video.
This is going to be different than being contracted. Because if you're contracted, there's
it's not an investment either. That's also it's not an investment. They're not like getting ownership or anything. Like It's like a grant. It's like just giving them. It's a grant. There is something expected to be delivered. It's like a crypto investment.
The thing that you're going to be doing, there's an idea of the amount of time that you're going to be setting aside to do it, what that work looks like, and what you're paying for. There's going to be a difference between a investment and and contracting someone to do work. Which it seems more so like it's the latter, where he was contracted to do specific work under a specific time frame, and he gave an idea of when it was.
Yo, thank you for the $5, Vent.
Vent super chatted $5. $5 from Vent. We all know that if Doomer did this to Tom, he would be at his house in the FBI jackets with his crew because he gangs to AF.
True. Tom would get that money back. Going
to be done. The idea was not just to invest and hope something comes up, but to pay you money to do this thing. I mean, that's the whole reason why he was planning to pay it back. Not because it's a donation, not because it's an investment, but because it was contracted labor.
Yeah, I don't know. So from the DMs, it looks like they're talking about pre-prod and shit like that.
No, they also talked about pre-prod. Like, he talked about how long it would take for him to make the Hassan video, and that he's allotted that work aside to do that, and that's what that payment is for, and that is all part of the discussion. And then there's the pre-prod stuff, where the person said, and again, this is a contractual, not contractual as in there's a contract. But he's being contracted to do this work by saying, I'm going to give you this amount of money, and then I expect
it's freaking
this
awesome
amount
that
of
my
work to
shit
be done
keeps
on
crashing like this. This is freaking epic.
Hassan is unironically evil. They're instead saying, hey, I want to invest in your channel. What's a project that you're working on?
Yeah, guys, listen, guys, I'm so poor. Guys, the eviction's coming. Okay, my computer's breaking. It's all over, guys. I need open your wallets, open your hearts, open your wallets, open your hearts.
And he says, "Oh, well,
this
I want to make this video."
Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Quack. Thank you very much. Thank you.
This is going to be different than being contracted, because if you're contracted, there's an idea of the thing that you're going to be doing. There's an idea of the amount of time that you're going to be setting aside to do it, what that work looks like, and what you're paying for. There's going to be a difference between a investment and and contracting someone to do work, which it seems more so like it's the latter, where he was contracted to do specific work under a specific time frame, and he gave an idea of when it was going to be done. The idea was not just to invest and hope something comes up, but to pay you money to do this thing. I mean, that's the whole reason why he was planning to pay it back. Not because it's a donation.
Thank you for gifted Ryan Thomas as well. Thank you, thank you.
Investment, but because it was contracted labor.
Yeah, I don't know. So from the DMs, it looks like they're talking about pre-prod and shit like that.
No, they also talked about pre-prod. Like, he talked about how long it would take for him to make the Hassan video, and that he's allotted that.
Okay, we got past this bit.
Hey, no, if he did the math for like how many hours he might be working, it was still contracted labor.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen that. So if it actually, because he said, like I saw that DM, and it doesn't specifically say we're going to pay you beforehand, though it sounds like it.
No, so he's saying, what he's
is this
saying
guy
is,
retarded?
This is the amount that
Is he stupid? We've got the payment dates, right? What you? Oh my god, this guy's so dumb, bro.
This is the amount that that I am going to pay you for the work of November, and then afterwards, then we can assess what the next month will look like. He's doing that because he is trying to figure out how much to pay him prior to any work, and then assess after that. He says that on October 29th, he gets paid $800 on November 1st. So this is not. I know that he said that he got paid after the fact, but it's just not true.
Yeah, that doesn't look like it then, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so it definitely... Because, yeah, I see it says November. It doesn't have... oh, yeah, November 1st.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I guess, yeah, that is definitely contracted work at that point. So, yeah, so even the pre-prod is contracted. And
yeah, so both of these are...
He says he finished that part, though, with like 20 pages of stuff. So did they address that at all?
I think I have. So I think in the President Sunday video there was only one document. I think I have the other one. Let me see this. No, this one's 7 pages. So one of them is 3 pages, double spaced, and half of the pages are empty. The other one is 7 pages. If he said that there's a 20-page document, I don't think it's out there.
I thought he said that there was a 20-page document and that it was public at this point. So,
well, he said a lot of things. Yeah, if someone has it, you can send it to me. But the fact being is that the way that they were doing their work is the same, where it was a contracted labor, and that he was contracted for labor that he didn't fulfill, and then he said that he would pay him back, and then he disappears for a while, and then he comes back, and then says that he's going to pay him back again. There's multiple instances where he says that he'll start the payments or this or that. I don't know, and I understand that.
Okay, KidNotKin having to relay the entire Sunday video to Tom on the fly is fucking nightmarish. Why did Tom come on to debate a video he hadn't seen? What a fucking idiot.
A lot of this is just retarded because STV Philly was being a middleman. String Puller seems kind of retarded. Doomer seems kind of retarded. Everyone seems retarded in this situation, but it does definitely seem to be the case that like the story and the narrative from Doomer changes every single time he talks about it. And it keeps like by the fact that he was trying to say that the money that was given to him was a donation and that he had no obligation to pay any of it back, even though you and I know for a fact that it was not a donation. It was not an investment. This was contracted labor. And the fact that like he's made claims, I think he's gone back on this based on what you said, but he's made claims about how like since it was turned into drama, he's not going to pay back any of it whatsoever.
Yeah,
obviously
in that exchange of DMs, like he says it right after that, like he was just mad and that he was still going to pay it back and that it's just kind of cut out. But he like on the stream with me and President Sunday, he says like, yes, I was just mad for a second. Like I told him I was going to pay it back. So,
yes.
But is Doomer gone back on not paying this guy?
Says it right after that, like he was just mad and that he was still going to pay it back and that it's just kind of cut out. But he like on the stream with me and President Sunday, he says like, yes, I was just mad for a second. Like I told him I was going to pay it back. So
I don't think that's true. Is that true? Since when?
Yeah, so like for me, it's not about whether or not at this moment he has walked back on his claims or whatever. The situation for me is that this seems like an obvious situation where you were paid money to do this work and you couldn't keep up with it because you didn't have the spoons for it, you weren't cut out for it whatsoever, or whatever happened. And then you
Doomer didn't have the spoons. Oh no. Doomer got no spoons. Ah, poor guy. Not enough spoons to get his Hassan video done. Ah.
You wasted that money. I don't know how that money was spent, but it's gone. And then it took years to even like get back to talking to this person again, and it only happened through pressure. And then through that whole thing, he tried to change the narrative and the story to not look like an asshole, even though he is the asshole. And so like all of these twisting of the story.
Doom, but why don't you write out how you felt doing the work in a little book? Okay, come up with some of the negative thought processes that led you to giving up, and then try to reason your way through them and figure out why they're wrong and how they're undermining you.
I think that's true. I think that he admits one.
Now, why don't you bring that workbook back to us in our next session?
It's wrong for not paying it back.
Wait, you don't think what's true?
I don't think that he's changed the narrative or that he's denied these things, because he says that he was wrong for.
He called it a donation.
And not giving him either way. At the point where he called it a donation, he had already said that he was working on paying it back.
Wait, that's twisting the narrative.
Wait, it might be, but I don't know that it matters. As if like
it does.
As though it sounds like he's trying to make it to where he doesn't sound as like
the asshole
bad in it.
That's what I said. Yeah.
So you can tell Tom was like dug in on this position with not a lot of information, probably because he's got the instinctive, there's obviously the spicy chat, mental rape victim camaraderie that happens. I think that might have happened here a little bit. And then Mantis has probably been watching the content. He's going, oh my, they're so bad faith to Doomba. They're so bad faith. And just fucking screeching in his ear like a fucking harpy. No. You just know. You just absolutely know. So he's dug in and he's come on here. Not watched the video. Ready to fight. And now he's quickly running out of spoons.
Already saying that he's wrong for disappearing, and he's already working on paying it back at that point. So that part doesn't matter that much.
So you're not actually
think there's an obligation to pay it back, right?
So you're not actually disagreeing with me, because I said that he was twisting the narrative to make it so he's not the asshole. He wants someone else to be an asshole along with him. And that's the only way that he's going to be doing anything. But
as big of an asshole. If you want to fucking let's pull a Mr. Girl here and
it's not a Mr. Girl. This is what happened.
And
him saying,
I'm saying that we'll put the I'm saying that we'll put the assholiness on a spectrum and say that he's trying to make it sound like he's a little bit less of an asshole by saying that. But obviously, he's admitting to like fucking up by not messaging him and by disappearing in the first place. And so, like, yes, fucking up. But he's still already saying that he's wrong for disappearing, and he's already working on paying it back at that point. So that part doesn't matter that much.
So you're not actually
thinks there's an obligation to pay it back, right?
So you're not actually disagreeing with me, because I said that he was twisting the narrative to make it so he's not the asshole. He wants someone else to be an asshole along with him. And that's the only way that he's going to be doing anything. But
as big of an asshole. If you want to fucking let's pull a Mr. Girl here and
it's not a Mr. Girl. This is what happened.
And
him saying,
I'm saying that we'll put the I'm saying that we'll put the assholiness on a spectrum and say that he's trying to make it sound like he's a little bit less of an asshole by saying that. But obviously, he's admitting to like fucking up by not messaging him. And
why does it take all of that, all those words, all of that rambling and stammering around to just say he's trying to diminish his own agency? He's trying to diminish his actions. It's that. You don't have to talk about, if you put it on a spectrum, he's actually moving it 2 responsibility points and 3 asshole points to the left, which means that, no, it's very simple. He's trying to diminish his actions, which is what Kid said. Exactly. Yeah. Which is what Kid already said. But then Tom's like, well, no, he's not trying to diminish. It's actually, if we put it on a spectrum, we go, if you divide the assholeness by 3 and carry the 5, Tom, log off. Log off, bro. You've been mentally raped by internet trolls, and it is affecting your judgment, and you're embarrassing yourself.
And by disappearing in the first place. And so, like, yes, he is admitting to being the asshole in some sense.
Right, but when you try and cover your tracks by saying, to be clear, it was a donation. I have no like ethical obligation to pay this person back. I'm only paying this person back because I'm a nice guy. It was only a donation. There was no expectation to actually pay this person back. Like all of these things, obviously it's twisting the story. You realize that, right? Like,
yes, that's what I'm saying. Is that
and not just that one, but then also the conversations about also the claims that he made about the fact that he was paid after doing the labor and being paid hourly for that labor, even though that he was paid prior to that labor, because he was trying to change the narrative from having from doing contracted work to either just getting donations from this guy because this guy liked him, or because he had actually done this work or whatever. Like, obviously,
yeah. What? Okay, to be fair, mod crap. All right. As funny as that is, when I donate to people, I also work out a pay rate plus hours to calculate the donation amount. So that isn't technically what happened. The donation just said to sound bad. There was no hours attached to it.
Obviously, he's just flailing around because he doesn't want to be in the middle of drama. He doesn't want to be seen as the asshole, and that's like the thing that dragged his feet into the fire.
Yeah. Again, I'm not sure about the payment stuff, because he still thinks that there's like more context to that part. So
you do know about it. We have the receipts. You looked at them.
Yes, that he was paid, but he's saying that he was paid hourly, and that it was after the fact. So there's a bunch of different things that he was paid for, and that's like part of the confusion is which thing is for which thing.
Wait, hold on. He said, wait, hold on.
Wait, hold on.
Because you were.
Look, he's dug in, and his friend is not believing him, and you can just hear him starting to fucking break.
Payment stuff, because he still thinks that there's like more context to that part. So
you do know about it. We have the receipts. You looked at them.
Yes, that he was paid, but he's saying that he was paid hourly, and that it was after the fact. So there's a bunch of different things that he was paid for, and that's like part of the confusion is which thing is for which thing.
Wait, hold on. He said, wait, hold on.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, no, because you're not being honest right now.
Hold on. Just listen to what the fuck I'm saying before you even start pushing against it.
Wait, hold on, kid, don't make your mind up yet. Hold on, kid, listen to me.
It says 1,000 in one screen and then 800 in another. From what I understood, he was giving him 2,000 just for the Hassan stuff in the first place, right?
The 2,800 was for the Hassan stuff.
Thanks.
This is the receipt.
Yo, thank you for the $20, Quella. Thank you.
It says Hassan bad in September, $2,800. That's for the Hassan stuff. The payment.
At this in the opposite order. Okay, so it's bottom to top, not top to bottom. Okay,
yeah. So the payment, 2 days prior to getting the payment of $800, he says, "I'm going to give you $800 for the month of November, and then we'll see after that how much to send you." This isn't a matter of like, oh well, there's probably more context. It's right there. We can see it. He said, "I'm going to give you $800 for doing this labor, and you'll do that labor later. I'm going to give you $800 for that beforehand."
Yeah, like I said,
it's right there.
I
you
thought
see it.
This was top to bottom, so I see it now. Yes,
yeah, okay.
I thought this was in the opposite direction.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like he's
Thank you for the gift here, John Sanchez. Thank you. No, wait. Upside down. Oh man, he's so dumb. Well, Kid was just covering this, and Tom came on, so I assume Tom reached out to Kid.
Like some of this he's just wrong about.
Oh, did you hear that? Yeah, it seems like some of this he's just wrong about.
$800 for that beforehand.
Yeah, like I said,
it's right there.
I
you
thought
see it.
This was top to bottom, so I see it now. Yes,
yeah, okay.
I thought this was in the opposite direction.
No.
Yeah, Tom is like the lowest level of DGG Orbiter. Yeah, he's the absolute bitch at the bottom.
Yeah, so yeah, it looks like he's like some of this he's just wrong about.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else I'm missing?
Yeah, I guess some of it Doom is just wrong about. He'll never call Doomber a liar. He'll never call Doomber a liar. You can't tell intention, guys. You can't tell intention. You can't read his mind and know that he had the information and made a different decision about what information to relay at the time. You can't possibly make a reasonable interpretation about the fact that every time someone misremembers details, it's in a way that favors them, and they do it, and they speak with confidence the entire time, even though they shouldn't actually be confident about it because they turn out being wrong later. You can't make reasonable interpretations about their state of mind when they made those statements, guys. You can't. Circumstantial evidence? Sorry, that's not a fucking video. That's not a fucking scan of their mind. I can't believe that. Fucking wretch, dude.
Honestly, I just wanted to know what the pro-Doomer narrative was. Because watching President Sunday's video, it seems like everything is kind of accounted for. Sure, there might be some extra, like, pizzazz or, like, malicious stuff that you could, like... the malicious narrative that you could kind of like be like, oh, well, is it true that he...
I just checked the chat. Oh, man. He wasn't covering his tracks. Wait, let's see. Let's live chat it.
He actually intended, or maybe...
He wasn't covering his tracks. He admitted he shouldn't have left it hanging for 2 years. He's just making himself sound slightly better. Mantis, tell Tom to fold. This is embarrassing. WTF, I don't tell Tom what to do. That's weird, Queen. Not, this isn't embarrassing.
Maybe he's just retarded and is bad with money. It's probably the case that he's retarded and bad with money. But like other than that, like it seems kind of like an open and shut case that, yeah, this guy's kind of being a dickhead.
Yeah, for sure. Like the, I'll have to watch it on stream because I haven't been around for like about a week now working on other projects right now. So
is it the DoomerMedia project
on stream,
or is it the string puller project?
Tom's vindication video essay. Let's go, please. Come on, let's go. 1,000 years, Tom. 10,000 seasons.
But yeah,
Tom
like
10.
I'll have to go over myself because yeah, there were like 3 different encounters before all of this happened, and a lot of it we went over on my stream, and it did seem as though
Definitely
each
does tell him
time
what to do.
Doomer asked President Sunday for some sort of evidence on things and pushed back against it, each time President Sunday's like didn't have anything to back up what it was he was saying.
Yeah, it's a sass hit piece. Yeah.
And at times where he was making claims, he was like stretching a narrative from DMs that Doomer was like easily able to explain and say like, well, no, this is the extra context, and was sending me extra context at the time. So I'll have to like, check the.
I mean, that sounds like Sunday on the spot, but like when it comes to like the actual receipts of like what's happening, regardless of like whatever the extra pizzazz on top, it seems like this person was getting paid money for doing work that he wasn't doing. The work that he was doing was like the dumbest shit that I've ever read in my life, and that when being and he like avoided talking to this person when he had the ability to talk to this person, was not reaching out to this person. And he only reached out and offered to start paying some of it at a time when people were dragging him into drama. And then he got upset about that dynamic too. And then he said for a second that he wasn't going to do it. And then he said that he was going to release their personal information. Then he releases their personal information. Then he backs off on whether or not he's going to pay. And it's just all of this fucking like weird fucking stupid nonsense. And then like, and for the record, after the fact, where he starts saying that like President Sunday's video on this situation is like harassment, and they want people to like report President Sunday's channel. That shit is cringe too. So like he just seems like a huge retard that's lost in his own shit and scrambling to try come out to be a piece of shit.
Unless he was able to prove this stuff as lies in some way. But even like when the one thing that I remember that like he was wrong on or like changed on initially was that he started off saying that he was trying to get in touch with String Puller, and that he had even reached out to people and could show DMs that he was reaching out to people, but then later said, no, actually, I wasn't. I was planning on waiting until I had the money.
He said himself that he always could have messaged them. He said himself that he always could have messaged his YouTube channel. He could have contacted him in some way. That's another example of him like creating one narrative. Channel, creating one narrative that that like made him not seem like as much as an asshole. And then
anyone notice how bad Tom's content has been since Sass left? No.
Lying about that, and so then the narrative changes. It's just really cringe. It's just really cringe and retarded.
Because he was able to, and even there's DMs of String Puller messaging him in Discord servers, saying something to him like, "Hey, I think he said something about him stealing or some shit like that in a Discord server." And so it was obvious that like, yes, there was like contact, and he could have literally just clicked on his name in that Discord and messaged him there, but. He knew where he was. He knew where to find him.
Okay. Well, wait, did you say that? I forget. I think I said String Puller and DoomerMedia. Who's paying you for a project?
I work with String Puller on a project.
Oh, you're working with String Puller on a project. Okay. Make sure you pay him on time, okay?
Yeah, sure. Whenever I decide to run away, I'll make sure I give him all his money back.
Okay, good.
All right. Appreciate it, buddy.
All right, bye-bye.
Later.
You should call Aiko for the deets. Aiko would take too long to give me the deets.
That's that. That's all the Tom tent.